all the cues you need to keep on your radar before today's trading session starts. And there are some landmark changes to the goods and services taxes, in the next few weeks. So that could also include some big relief coming in on health and life insurance premiums. Now, we did see that GST announcement coming in by PM Modi on Independence Day. But now, on top of the expected rate rationalization, a GST group of ministers has proposed exempting health and life insurance premiums for individuals from the levy. Now, this could be another reform under the GST 2.0 changes, addressing the GOM tasked to examine the rate rationalization, the future of compensation cess and insurance. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that the pronged GST reforms will seek to provide greater relief to consumers, farmers, the middle class and the MSMEs, while ensuring a simplified regime going ahead. Now, currently the health and the life insurance premiums attract 18% GST. Well, let's go across to my colleague Prakash Priyadarshi, who's joining us with the details of what can we expect.
The GST GOM held a meeting and there was wider consensus that GST exemptions should be provided on insurance premiums, a big development coming in at the beginning of the meeting. The finance minister addresses GOM, set the ball rolling, suggested GOM to have wider deliberations on the centre's proposal and come out with comprehensive recommendations. In fact, after the meeting, we spoke with several ministers and they were of the opinion that the exemptions, GST exemptions should be provided on insurance premiums, but they strongly recommend that a mechanism should be developed to pass on the benefit of reductions to the consumers and not to companies. Along with that, some states were apprehensive when it comes to revenue loss, which is estimated at rupees 9,700 crores. But they're also of the opinion that there'll be greater insurance penetration, and that will benefit consumers going forward. It is important to note that there was wider consensus on exemptions, but it was for individuals. Probably the benefits are not available for group insurance or corporate insurance premiums, a very significant development coming in. However, there is no clarity and we are expecting more clarity to emerge going forward. But at this point of time, a very significant development coming in as there was wider consensus among GOM members to provide GST exemption on insurance premiums.
All right, thank you so much, Prakash, for taking us through all those details on the latest developments and what to expect from the meeting today. But moving on and analyzing this impact further, how this 0% GST on insurance premium is going to impact individuals. My colleague Sharad is now here to analyze it all and share it with us.
The overall impact analysis for the insurance stocks is that they will be missing out on the input tax credit, and because of that, most of the ministers in the state are expecting that for the individual insurance segment, both life and general insurance, it's likely to get a big exemption, and that hurts the players having a higher exposure in the retail segment. Now let's look at the July data, and over here LIC, it's even Stevens, so not so much impact would be there, but stocks such as SBI Life, Max Financial Services and even HDFC Life have a higher exposure to the individual segment by more than 85% of the business coming from there. ICICI Life, it's likely to be a likely neutral impact because over here also the overall coverage between group and the individual segment is almost half-half. Moving on in the health insurance segment, Star Health is having a major chunk of it in the retail segment, and that's roughly 95%. So there will be an adverse impact on the stock. ICICI Lombard won't be so much because almost 61% of it comes on the group schemes. Niva Bupa and New India Assurance, the story is different. Niva Bupa, roughly 69% of this total exposure is coming in the individual segment, while it is still very insulated for New India Assurance and even GIC as well, where the group insurance is something which is having a higher exposure.
All right. Well, a group of ministers on insurance submitted a proposal to exempt life and health insurance premiums from the GST for individuals, like we've been talking about. And this proposal will be reviewed by the GST Council. Here's with let's go across to my colleague Samrat Chaudhary, Bihar. Let's hear in what Samrat Chaudhary, Bihar Deputy CM and Telangana Finance Minister, had to say on this matter. Let's listen in.
लोगों ने सबकी इच्छा रही कि इसको पास किया जाए और गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का प्रस्ताव स्पष्ट है कि सभी जो आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने लाल किले से कहा है कि इंश्योरेंस के सेक्टर में इंडिविजुअल या उनके परिवार के इंश्योरेंस को, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस को फ्री एक तरह से जीएसटी से मुक्त किया जाए, तो उस पर चर्चा हुई है सबका, और इसका रिपोर्ट लेकर अब जीएसटी काउंसिल को मैं दूंगा।
Wanted that insurance GSTs to be brought it down to the zero. But at the same time, we made it very clear the premium benefits, whatever you are reducing that GST, it has to go to the people, to the policy holders, not to the companies. This is what some mechanism you have to evolve to see to that this, whatever we are trying to do, should go to the people. See, the revenue loss that, they are expecting somewhere some 9,700 crores. But overall.
All right, so that's the word coming from Bihar and Telangana. But moving on, Punjab Finance Minister Harpal Singh Cheema says that Punjab has been incurring a loss due to GST and advocated for structural reforms in GST. Now let's go across and listen into his comments.
वही व्यू पॉइंट रखा है कि राज्यों का, जो पंजाब की एग्जांपल दे दूं मैं, तो पंजाब का 21,000 CR पर ईयर लॉस हो रहा है जीएसटी आने के बाद, जीएसटी रिजीम लागू होने के बाद। जब तक कंपनसेशन सेस मिलता रहा ठीक रहा, उसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं। जब कंपनसेशन सेस खत्म हो गया तो अब पर ईयर 21,000 CR का पर ईयर हमें रेवेन्यू लॉस है स्टेट को। और जबकि हमारी कंप्लायंस, जो टैक्स कंप्लायंस है, जो जीएसटी की कंप्लायंस है, वो देश के पहले 3 राज्यों में हम आते हैं। कंप्लायंस हमारी सबसे ज्यादा है, रेवेन्यू हमारा कम है। इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं इसमें स्ट्रक्चरल चेंज की जरूरत है।
And well, let's go across and listen into Nilesh Sathe, who's the ex-IRDAI member, and what he had to say about the matter.